great grandpa and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that 108, 105 will be the new 60. So I could go 80 years.
It's not going to be the new 60. I mean, based on how Social Security is working, 108 will be the new 60 because you'll have to work till you're 108 if you want to retire. But you really think, how old do you think you're going to make it to? Like, if you had to hazard a guess.
Me? No, I can't guess that. But I don't know. I think like we'll live till well past we're 100. Like this will be our life expectancy, probably around 110, 115. But our kids will live till like 130. Yeah, with medicine and things, advancement and all that stuff, and big words and health. Sure.
Keep talking. I had to take a hit off of my inhaler.
We're not going to make it, but there are those of us that might. The Bieber will live till he's 120. Damn it.
Well, I mean, celebrities are a totally different thing. Whenever I take a hit off my inhaler, it's like, I think it's like smoking pot because you try and hold it in, because
what's
it's
in
expensive.
That thing there?
Albuterol. Oh, albuterol. Without you, I am nothing. Nothing at all. See, I don't think I'm going to live to be 108 years old. I really don't, because just this past year just gone by, I feel like I'm dying every single day. Like, it's crazy. Used to feel fantastic. Now, feel like I'm dying. Like, everything hurts. Nothing's working properly. And I think it's only a matter of years, a few years before all the wheels start to completely fall off. It's weird. Everyone always, it drives me crazy. Like, I think a lot of people would be grateful for it, but for me, it drives me nuts because everybody thinks I'm a kid. Everyone's like, oh, what are you, 25 years old? Can I talk to your boss? I'm like, surprise, bitch, I am your boss. And it happens all the time. And I'm like, surprise, bitch, A, I'm your boss, B, I'm older than you. So let's pull this one over the side of the reality turnpike. But, it's weird. Everyone's like, oh, you look so much younger than you actually are. And that may be true, but that's not doing anything for me in the workplace. And also, it doesn't make a lick of effing difference because I feel like I'm about 600 years old. Like, everything hurts. My back hurts. I can't breathe properly, as is evidenced by the albuterol. I haven't needed one of those since I was a teenager. And just this past year, something started to flare up and I can't breathe anymore. I can't breathe. My back hurts. All my joints hurt. I got to go to the chiropractor all the time. It effing sucks. And, I just, the advancement of the age-related fatigue and pain that I felt in just the last 12 months makes me think God, if I get this much worse every single year, if I'm not dead by the time I'm 50, I'm going to want to be. It's sucks. Has it started to creep in with you yet?
Oh, yeah. That weight that I was able to take off easily, not so easy anymore. Yeah.
It's back and it's sticking around?
Yeah. Well, we all know how the book is going to end. Well, we all know the last chapter, but so that kind of gives me some hope in the meat of the story.
Yeah, you'd think we'd be studying for the final at this point, but when was the last time either of us did any exercise?
I sort of got up this morning.
Yeah.
It's a lot of exercise.
Yeah.
I parked a little further than I usually do.
I parked a little further than I usually do, but I was just cursing people for taking up the good parking spaces the whole time.
Yeah.
It wasn't on purpose. I didn't want the exercise. Go on. What else?
A Florida police chief was fired after being caught lying to hire 2 prostitutes.
Yeah. Nailed. Trying to hire hookers. Though in happy news, he's just been named the new head of the Secret Service. That'll be all right for him. What else?
58% of people see that infamous internet dress as white and gold, and 42% see it as blue and black.
Me? I just want to see what Kim Kardashian's ass looks like in it. Did you see the picture of Kim Kardashian's ass? Like the pre-Photoshop one? The break the internet thing where it was all oiled up?
Yeah.
They made her waist noticeably smaller. That's one thing. But they also made her ass noticeably bigger. I was like, they had to Photoshop in extra butt? That's... She has a huge ass. I've seen it. And that required more. I guess it's just they wanted a more sort of dramatic curve, but it's just, yeah. And when you see the real version of Kim Kardashian's butt, disappointingly small. Hey, you know that Amber Rose chick?
No, who's that?
Amber Rose was with Kanye West. Also married to Wiz Khalifa. That one, the skin-headed model, the skin-headed butt model. Do you know who she is?
Uh-huh.
You're aware of her, right?
I'm going to Google her. Not that aware. Oh, yeah.
Not that aware?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you know who she is. Okay. What the hell does she do?
She's an American hip-hop model.
Right. She is the most successful skank on the face of the planet because, like, at least with Kim Kardashian, you could point to it and be like, oh, she, sells crap with her name on it, and she had a store, and she's got a reality show, and like all this chick has ever done it, I don't think anyone's ever even heard her speak. She just gets her ass out and marries rappers and is now loaded because of it. Like, she's really never had to work a day in her life, and she's not that good looking. Like, I really don't think she's anything all that special. She's just managed to sort of create a cult of personality around herself, and it's just very, very impressive the way she's socially climbed and made a living out of literally doing nothing. Like, people go, oh, Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton do nothing. Well, because there is no God, Paris Hilton is now the highest paid club DJ on the face of the planet. She at least has to go places and show up, and press play on a pre-recorded mix that somebody else has put together for her. At least she shows up and does stuff. Amber Rose, as best as I can tell, doesn't do an effing thing. Like, not a thing. And she's... well, she'll never have to work a day again in her life. It's very, very impressive, however the hell she's done, whatever the hell it is she's done. What else? One more piece of news.
A new report by the Justice Department has found years of racial discrimination by the Ferguson, Missouri Police Department.
Yeah. Study conducted by people with eyes and ears.
Understand.
With the feelings that are associated with the sad life that I'm bringing, the tears and the singing. Being alive isn't a gift when there's so much you have missed, and so little ringing true with the words to you by the people you trusted. When it all came down to choosing your ideals, developing your fears. Why sports are always what it like light. Oh, with all the love I have, I'm still alone. This feeling something I would never wish upon anyone.
Delivering fascinating subjects, interesting talk, and boobs and fart jokes. AD on iHeartRadio.
Yeah, oh, let's go. Talking that mess, better act like you know. Oh, let's go tonight. Walk away, punk, yeah, bitch. That's right, I know this. You're nothing but a punk, bitch. You're nothing but a punk, bitch. So walk away, yeah. You've been talking about me for a long time, but you're too scared to say what's
All right, then. This is why we love the Pope. I guess we can stop calling him the new Pope now. He's just the Pope. But I don't know. I think of him as being the new Pope just because, well, he's the most recent Pope. And as far as his attitude goes, it's definitely something new that we haven't seen in the Vatican in a long time. Not that I paid, real close attention to the Vatican, but it seems to have, well, he's a pope that's shaken some stuff up. And that's, I guess, why we call him the new pope. Pope Francis has done all kinds of things we like. Pope Francis said, don't waste food. It's a sin to waste food. Pope Francis said, it's not for him to judge gay people. His exact words. Who am I to judge? Popes in the past have been very quick to say, you honk on another man's bobo, you lose a kingdom, Romans 1. And the Pope has been like, that might be the case, but that's for God to decide. Not me. Not anybody on this earth. And we place too much emphasis on persecuting people for things like that. Pope Francis has also said, you don't got to be a Catholic to get into heaven. Just be a good person. You'll make it in. And I love that one. Do you know what religion you are? Do you have a faith you subscribe to? Or are you spiritually searching? As a person who is spiritually searching, not all that hard, but searching a little bit, and as a person who has a fundamental distrust of organized religion, and as a person who's just basically not a joiner, large groups never really appeal to me. I'm an individual. I like to be in places where I can be an individual. I never want to be lumped in with the masses. It's just what makes me comfortable. So, besides the fundamental distrust of organized religion, I don't like to be part of massive groups. And, well, because of all these things, the likelihood of me doing something like joining the Catholic Church, pretty far-fetched, even if I am hit by a bolt of lightning at some point, which I'm totally open to, by the way. But the fact that Pope Francis has said you don't got to be a Catholic to get into heaven, that's awesome. It's really awesome to know that being excellent to the people around me is going somewhere. Pope says, just be a good person. You can make it into heaven. I spend so much time and effort squashing the built-in hostility I feel toward people every single freaking day. Funkhouser and I were talking about this not so long ago, and he was playing some of my music that, talked about people needing to die and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, one might listen to my body of work and think that I'm a bit of an angry person. He was like, no, I think we listen to your body of work and go, thank God he has this, otherwise he would be an angry person. And it is a little cathartic to be doing stuff like that. And I do that sort of thing for a lot of reasons, but I think mostly because it's me taking time and effort to squash the built-in hostility that I feel toward people. It's cool to know that taking the effort to not stab people in the street the way I feel I want to do and be nice to them and say, hey, how you doing? And trying to give them a smile and make the world go around and make the world a better place by being a nice person. It's cool to know that that could be getting me somewhere. And I don't care what religion you are. Everyone, every last one of us that subscribes to a particular religion probably has that moment where they're like, oh, what if there are not, in fact, 72 virgins waiting for me? What if that guy wearing the yarmulke is right? What if that guy not wearing the yarmulke is right? The one thing that so many religions have in common, from Mormon to Muslim to Jew to jihadist, from Episcopalian to some other religion that starts with an E, is that they say somewhere, hey, by the way, worshiping this way is the only way you're going to make it through the pearly gates. I have to imagine that at some point, usually when you're doing something difficult or time-consuming worship-wise, you might have that lingering doubt where you're like, oh, man, what if the Jews have it right? And despite my baptism or christening or church on Sundays or money in the collection plate or meditation or in some more extreme cases, this bomb strapped to my chest, what if despite all that, I'm still going to wind up burning in HE double hockey sticks for all eternity with Satan himself spit roasting my ass because, as it turns out, the other guys were right? Then I'll feel foolish and I wasted a lifetime. And that's what I love about the Pope saying this. He said, hey, it doesn't matter what religion you are. Be good. Be a good person. You'll get into heaven. If you're like me, you'll love that. Ooh, Pope Francis said women. Pope Francis said women need to be more involved in church. Was it Paul who in Corinthians said women need to be silent in church? Boy,